Intelligence and Business Process on Digital Economy. Antonio Sotire Bordallo, Principal Professor, Technology of Information 1 and 2, MSc, Licensed Professor, Daniel Guillermo Caballer Riva, Associate Professor, Technology of Information 1 and 2, Licensed Professor, Emiliano Andrés Dueñas, Assistant Professor, Technology of Information 1 and 2, Accountant, Cristian Dario Ortega Yubro, Written Assignment, Chief, Technology of Information 1 and 2, License, Héctor Nicolás Sosa, Adscript Professional, Technology of Information 1 and 2, Martín Mauricio Villodas, my son, Helper Student, Technology of Information 1 and 2, Translator, María Mercedes Caballer, and others. Introduction. Convenience is achieved to visualize the opportunities from new models of business based on advances such as Bitcoin, cryptography, artificial intelligence in all its splendors that moves on day by day, the Internet from Things, and in special the data analytic that put under manifest the new emergent challenges from digital economy that leads the maximum utilization from technologies of information and puts under manifest the necessity to meet them to interact with them. Some of the facilitators platform from digital economy that takes part of the digital ecosystem are detailed in the following ones: the competition on cloud, social media, and data analytic. Data generates a huge quantity of information that, processed through analytic tools on cloud, constitutes an essential input for the design of productive strategies and from market through knowledge, but also is an input, for example, for control and development of continued audit, for the financial analysis, for the fraud detection, etc. Tasks that can automate it through supervised model learning production, and if it's supervised in this case with the supervision of the professionals from economic sciences. The business processes from digital ecosystem includes by a side horizontal application financial services, the accountable services, and human resources, and by the other side the vertical application affiliated to those activities that are specifics, as for example to the financial activity, to public sector, to the manufacturing sector, electronic market, telecommunication, transport, and health, among other activities. The analytical processes of knowledge, it is said, those included processes of the AI are referred to high complexity and specialization activities, highlighting on them the services of data analytic business, the services of economic investigation, and the necessary and applied technological development to the business of digital economy, all of them through the use of high-level languages, as it is Python. The data analysis of business or actives allows to do more and better predictions through the projective analysis with the use of correspondent algorithm, as well as adjust decisions with base of complete information and in real time, being the information of the knowledge input. On the instance, it is appropriate incorporated concept of digital active. A digital active can acquire market value and generate incomes from a genuine way, and even increase the value from a brand. The perception of economic value that can acquire an intangible good depends from determining multiple factors, for example, the vision from who takes the decision or the ability of investment on digital actives on the application of proper digital platforms for the development of digital economy. All of them and much more means work for the digital actives and its corresponding digital ecosystem as an intangible active. Thus, the concept of digital active is based on the design of strategy and platforms that provide the connection between the brand and the users in the process of business, while encourage the relation between the intervening parts of both achieving of mutual benefits, what impacts directly on the business of digital economy through new processes, the intelligence of applied business to those processes, and the management of finance from digital actives. The financial activity is the activity that constitutes one of the main activities from digital economy, with new processes of business as for example those destined to the collaborative economy. Therefore, the financial activity is immersed to a deep transformation with conditioning internal as external. By the exposed previously, it manifests multiple needs of formatting from professionals of economic science with the goal of prepare them with a digitalized look of economy and in special from finances, being the transversal financial activity to each one of the professionals, it is said, to the license in administration, to the public accountant, and to the license in economy, from which all of them have interference. If professional on economic science with digital skills for the innovation and technical work of the different organization through data analytic would not benefit the opportunities from economic science. The gap between the necessities of the organization and offers of those professionals are even bigger and notorious. The university education cannot remain outside of these transformations. Furthermore, the change of mentality will drive a real transformation of business processes by the professionals of economic science that sees the necessity of exploring on the intelligence field and processes of business according to technological advances.
Let's see a practical case using Google Colab with Python. The example can be consulted in the GitHub repository, following the document link. We access Google Colab and load the necessary libraries. If we don't have the Pandas data reader library, we install it. We use the command pip install in a code cell. We create the YPF variable. Then we get the data we need from Yahoo Finance. All this with a single line of code from our device. We create the data frame with Pandas to clean up the data. We are going to create a date column and reconfigure our data frame. We are also interested in the names of the days. And we can also calculate the difference in prices between days. We call the resulting calculation simple return. We generate statistical graphs. In time series. With the profit library, we can do a predictive calculation. The black points of the graph are real data, the rest prediction. We can see the incidence of each day of the week and develop simulations of Monte Carlo. And finally, generate a deep learning model with neural networks. All this analysis is done with available data from the digital ecosystem.
Conclusions. The economy digitalization as a natural consequence of technological advance from information and communication technologies, providing with it the business intelligence development. It is said the AI and inherent processes of that revolution impacts on business processes of digital ecosystem from different way. On the following information, it will develop an example of data gaining, prime material of knowledge extraction process, and it transits the classic stages as cleaning and data configuration, visualization, to reach the algorithm application and generation of a deep learning model with neuronal webs for predicted analysis of data. Those under analysis data are financial data, data from an active, and all have been possible with a Wi-Fi device. Now well, the simplicity of the project has been shortened from one type of action. This analysis and gain conclusion from deep learning model development provides an incentive to future commercial transaction by counting with information that it can turn into knowledge. It is said that data analytic will impact on business processes of digital economy and will even impact more when the analysis algorithm or model sums up multiple variables today within the reach of everyone, yet not explored by people who conforms on digital ecosystem. Not saying the competitive advantages from this knowledge for professionals of economic science, glimpsing digital competencies in a very incoming future. Knowing about AI and from available tools have a lot of values today. Projections. In virtue of this rich goal on the following investigation, it will portray some other variables on development from deep learning models such as incorporate natural language procedures, added analysis of feeling and contrast it with valuation of actives, and classify the different neuronal web models. Any questions?